Hello. Good evening, ma'am. I am Dr.
You read?
Dipti Trivedi.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, can
Okay.
you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, I am working in DIET, District Institute of Education and Training in Mehsana, north part of Gujarat from India. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead. You talk and you manage everything you need, please. Yes.
Yes. So, since 25 years, I have joined my job in 1997, and since 25 years, I am working as a teacher educator in pre-service and in-service field. I am connected with many teachers of my state. I have participated in INET conference also, and through this group I met so many other teachers from our other states, from Maharashtra, from Rajasthan also. So this way I am connected with the teachers, and I got the chance to meet Nirmala Devi from Malaysia. The same way in another group of human happiness we have worked for there. Okay. So recently, uh, at this IIT AFL conference, I am working with five mentees. I have mentored five mentees, one from Malaysia, so all the mixed group, and the four teachers are from India. One from Kolkata, and the three others from our state, Gujarat. So here I can see Nirmala Devi and Chandresh Bhai Borisagar. He is working in primary school, Badhadapara, as a headmaster and a state resource person also. He has worked. So we will see his the research area, and specifically he has worked uh, on bike, schooling on bike. So we will see later on his research, exploratory research, and
Is ma'am okay? Is Dr. Dipti okay? I hope she's fine.
yeah. Ma'am, I have sent you the link in the group.
It's okay, ma'am. I'm joining right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Nirmala Devi, she is very energetic and enthusiastic. I find that she is working on various projects of SDGs. Every day, new post we can see on her Facebook account, and also with her students. Also, she is working very well. So, should we start with the Nirmala Devi's screen? Or we have to wait for 2 minutes for my other mentees?
I mean,
Madam
how many of
Lydia?
them are not here?
Yeah.
How many of them are not here?
Yeah, ma'am, 3 are here, 2 are not here.
3 are.
Yes.
Okay. Why don't we start with
Okay.
the? Yeah.
4
Why
are joined
I think
4.
I think we can start with the 3 of them. In the meantime, they may join
Yeah.
us. What do you
Okay.
think? Yeah.
Okay. So I would like to invite first Nirmala Devi. She has worked with her 6th grade students, and also found that her exploratory based on WBL method. So let's see. I am sharing your screen, Nirmala Devi.
Thank you, Dr. Dipti.
Yeah. Hmm. Yes.
It's still loading, Doctor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you see your screen?
Yes. Yeah, you need to click on poster.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely fine now, Doctor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, dear Dr. Dipti Trivedi, Miss Lydia Castellini, and dear educators from around the globe. First of all, let me introduce myself. As what Dr. Dipti said, I'm Nirmala Devi Kandasamy, an elementary school teacher from SK St. Patrick, Malaysia. First of all, thank you so much, Dr. Dipti, for giving me this golden opportunity to present today in this wonderful platform. Well, the project that the exploratory research that I've done is related to writing a narrative essay. The title of the project is BWE Method to Improve Narrative Writing in English Language Subject among 6th grade students of my school. Okay, so basically, the students in Malaysia, they're learning English language as second language. And one of the areas that they find it difficult is writing skill. So due to that, I found that my students were not motivated, not interested in writing an essay of 80 to 100 words. It was so tough for them. So I found out that this method, BWE, is to be working. So what is BWE? Let me present. Okay, the research questions that I used in order to guide my students in this research were, why were the students unable to score in diagnostic English language examination writing paper? The second question was, why were the students unable to write a narrative essay? The third question was, why were the students demotivated to write a narrative essay? It was so tough for them to write a narrative essay. So the research purpose is actually to enable the students to pass the English language examination with flying colors. The target group, the students were 6th grade students, age 12, 32 students with mixed ability. And the data collection, compilation were diagnostic tests, pre-test, post-test, and observation. So what is actually BWE? B is to brainstorm first, then they are able to write, they are supposed to write a few sentences to form a paragraph, and then that paragraph will conclude the essay. So the step one is implementation of the brainstorm part. So in this part, actually the students are given a question where there will be 3 to 4 pictures with guided words or phrases, and the students are supposed to brainstorm, talk in the group, meaning to say they have to discuss the information available from the words or phrases in order to come up with ideas. Then the step 2 will be the implementation of writing part, where they will be writing in a small mini whiteboard in their respective groups a few sentences related to one picture first. Then after they've written the writing part, they will go to the essay part, where they will have to combine all the sentences, let's say. Can someone mute? Please, thank you. Okay, so the third part will be, they will be able to compile these 3 to 4 or 4 to 5 sentences of one picture into a short paragraph. They will be writing those particular information, the short paragraph on a margin paper, and they will present in front of the class, and there will be follow-up session with Q&A. So the same process will go for second picture, step 1 to 3, the third picture, step 1 to 3. So meaning to say they have repetition. That the performance in the
એમ નહીં 4 મિનિટનું.
બેન આવી મારું કોન્ફરન્સ ચાલુ થઈ ગયું.
Yes. We can't hear you, Nirmala ma'am. Yes. Lydia, can you see the Nirmala ma'am?
I think she lost connection. Let me see. She was, no, she's not here now. But she may join us in a second. If you
Yeah.
think, do you have any chance to contact her by WhatsApp?
Yeah. Should I call her? WhatsApp call. Swatini.
I mean, just to check whether she is online or not. If she may have some problems, we may go with someone else, continue with someone else.
Okay.
She's not
So
in
should I
the
invite
session.
Swati madam?
Please.
Should I start with Swati madam? Oh, okay. Nirmala ma'am. Hello.
You heard me presenting, right?
Yeah.
Hello, Dr. Dipti. Just now you heard me presenting, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've already concluded.
Hey, Dipti, unmute yourself because I muted so that the conversation was not on air. Oops, let me see if I can mute yourself.
Okay, ma'am. She has some network issues. So, should
Never
we
mind, never mind. Never
Okay.
mind.
So
Let's
we
do this
continue
way.
with Swati
Maybe she
madam.
may join for the breakout room. Yeah.
Yeah, I told her. Okay. I would like to introduce Swati madam. Swati ji, she is from Kolkata and she is founder and director of language schools. She is also very enthusiastic personality. She is working with various projects of climate change, and especially she has organized virtual musical concert. So she is working with her students, and in this pandemic situation, she has explored about bliss or curse these situations. So let's see. I would like to invite Swati ji. Swati ji, floor is yours. Unmute yourself.
Thank you so
I am
much, Dipti
sharing
ma'am.
your screen.
Thank you very much, Dipti ma'am, for this generous introduction. A very good evening from the city of Kolkata, India. My heartfelt gratitude to the platform of IITFL and my mentor, Dr. Trivedi, for allowing me an opportunity to share my findings, my action research here today. And I can get started once the screen is shared. I'm just waiting for the screen to be shared, ma'am.
Within minute, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to probe a success story today. While we are working on a lot of problems, I'm very happy to say that my classroom has been a very happy classroom over the last 1.5 years, all thanks to the gateways of virtual collaborations opening up following the pandemic. My main research question was, why have Funlish online language classes been super successful during the pandemic period of COVID-19? And the whole purpose of this research was to ensure that the online lessons were as engaging and effective as the offline classes. I compiled my data through the Google survey forms, where I had several questions to ask my students. And then I presented the data through the graphs and pie charts, which, given an opportunity, I can probably share later in the breakout rooms. I worked with 6th grade students, and my target group was a group of 20 6th graders aged about 11 to 12. And what I found was that with the activities that I did with my children, there was an overall improvement in the performance of the students in all the sectors of language, in all skill sectors of listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And so, like the activities which enabled me to really see this, quite unexpected improvement in the children were the different collaborations in the national and international level. When the classrooms collaborated, when they interacted with their peers from across the world, there was an unprecedented interest I saw in them in sharing their findings, in getting involved, in doing self-research, and they were always 100% involved in anything that they were asked to do. Just for example, projects like Readers Theatre, when they got involved in these, their reading skills, their speaking skills increased manifold. And I inferred that what I could get was 100% involvement and participation from them, spontaneous engagement, visible enjoyment. There was remarkable peer support, a lot of interpersonal skill developed, and of course, outstanding display of their overall skills in language. Even the shy students who used to be shy in the offline classes, not so involved, they too started coming up. And I would give all that credit to the possibility of these collaborations we could have. And another thing quickly I would like to mention was that making full use of multiple intelligence in students, particularly academically the slow ones, when they found that their talents were being integrated in the classroom, now that they could use their talents in other, say, painting, dancing, music, etc., to learn their lessons in language, they enjoyed it thoroughly. And that's what I really had to say this evening very quickly to sum it up. I don't know if I've crossed my 4 minutes, I'm so sorry. But all thanks and gratitude to my mentor, Dr. Trivedi, for guiding me at every step. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Swati ji. Other discussions, you can get the chance to whatever the work you have done, you can discuss in your breakout room.
Thank you.
Now I would like to invite Mr. Mahendra Bhai Chaudhary. He is working in our secondary school. He is working with students of 8 to 10. Apart from this serving, he is a state resource person, and he has made so many virtual lessons connected with the broadcasted by BICE. So let's see his research work, especially during this pandemic area. He has done the work using the Google Classroom. So let's see. Mahendra Bhai?
Yes, can you hear my voice?
Yes, but we
Okay.
can't see your face.
I have already okay. Now?
Okay. Okay, I'm sharing your screen.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, may I start?
Is it visible?
Yes, I can see.
Okay.
So, may I start?
Yes.
Okay. Namaskar, everyone. Before start my topic, let me introduce about myself. I am Mahendra Chaudhary from KP Patel Secondary School, Vijapur, very small town in Taluka, Vijapur district, Mehsana, state of Gujarat, and from India. My topic is how can I encourage the students during the pandemic situation to keep learning in this crucial time. So I started online teaching during this period with Google Classroom and YouTube channel. My target group is class 9 and 15 to 16 years of age. What I did in that time, parents and the children were worried how did we complete our studies and education. During that time, I knew about Google Classroom and YouTube channel. So first of all, what I collected from the students, and that is those telephone numbers. After collecting those telephone numbers, I created about 7 classes WhatsApp group. With this WhatsApp group, I share some instruction and information regarding Google Classroom. And then I told him how would I start this Google Classroom. Students also asked me how would we join this class. I also instructed them. Then I asked about their email IDs. They also sent their email IDs. So after getting the email IDs, I created Google Classroom, two classes, 9th and 10th standard, and added all those email IDs in the Google Classroom. Now about the Google Classroom, I tell you that this Google Classroom is specially for in such a period where the students you cannot communicate you cannot communicate offline. So in this time, this is very useful. So I made 2 classrooms of 9th and 10th, then added those students in people group. There are now, I tell you about Google Classroom is particularly for the 4 different tabs like stream, classwork, people, and grade. Stream is particularly to ask question or to share information with his teacher and classmates and create a post. When the classwork tab is specially to post assignments to the students. Third is people tab is to send email students, and at the end assessment Google Forms and testmoj.com. So several quizzes I several quizzes I did, and results also I results also I got. Then I thought about how did I take the classes. So in during that time I knew about the YouTube channel. So I start a YouTube channel and name like www.youtube.com teach you easy. Then in this YouTube channel about different playlist for different subjects. Then video collection in my channel is about 263 feedbacks also received from my videos and updation. Students also join with live streaming, and also the students response is very much appreciated till today. Also I received the students remarks that your videos are so much useful to us, and what the results and that time and till today I receive is very awesome and very remarkable. So that's it, teacher.
Okay, Mahindra bhai, 4 minutes is complete.
Okay, thank
So,
you.
whatever you want to discuss more, you can do in question answer session. Okay,
Okay,
in
okay.
breakout room.
Okay.
Okay. So, thank you, Mahindra bhai.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, I would like to invite Mr. Chandresh bhai Borisagar. Chandresh bhai. Chandresh bhai.
Yes, namaste, ma'am.
Yeah. As earlier, I have described that I introduce Chandresh Bhai. He is working as a headmaster, and uh, he did so many efforts during this pandemic time, because the schools were not reopened, and he is teaching the class 5th. So on that time he has used bike, school on bike. So let's see about his research work. Okay,
Namaskar.
can you
And
see your screen? Chandresh bhai, floor is yours. You can
first of all,
discuss.
okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, Dr. Dipti Trivedi, madam. And first of all, I would like to say good afternoon to all of you according to UK time. And I'm going to present my innovative practice and my action research today. The title of my action research is ELT Mobile Classroom on my bike. So as my mentor, Dr. Dipti Trivedi, madam, earlier told us that I have been working as a headmaster and state resource person of Gujarat state. As an English language teacher, I usually think that what can I do for my learners and their learning of English language. As we all know, two questions inspired me for this innovation. First was, as an English language teacher, how should I reach to my students? How should I reach to my students of standard 5 as schools were not open during COVID-19 pandemic? And how can I create interest among my students to learn English language? So first of all, for this research, I am really motivated and I'm really thankful to our respected Dr. Richard Smith, sir. When I met him, when I attended international conference at Nepal, he inspired a lot to me for teacher research. And big thanks to Dr. Dipti Trivedi madam for such a wonderful opportunity to present my innovation. So these two questions inspired me for my innovation. At that time, I thought, why should I not use my bike following the COVID-19 guideline? And I used my bike. I put many TLMs, many teaching learning materials with me, and I moved into the streets in the village, in my village, because my village, my school is situated in very rural area of our Gujarat state. So the pupils, the students are coming from very countryside area, from the farms and very poor families. So I moved into the street and I started street education and farm education on my bike. First of all, I used a speaker, mobile speaker, and I played English language rhymes and songs, and we did action songs with my students. For this activity, we did many learner-centered activities also, and we create interest among the students during COVID-19 to learn English language. The second thing, I used the big trees around us. Big trees as our English language teaching aid. What did I do? I hang alphabets, hanging letters, hanging words on the branches of banyan tree and neem tree. During COVID-19, we should not get together, but we followed the COVID-19 guideline and we did very nice ELT uh, learning outcomes. After that, I moved on my bike and I also motivated my learners that they can speak English, because we all know listening, speaking, reading, and writing are the main stages of learning language. So we put QR codes in our textbook, and I guided to the parents how to access the QR code of the textbook, and I guided to the parents. They used it, and fifth one is TV channels, BISEC TV channels telecast. So my English language episode telecast on BISEC TV channels, and with these efforts, my learners kept learning English language. So thank you so much once again to present, to give a chance, a great opportunity to present my poster on this big platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chandresh bhai. You had done a very good efforts to reach to your students. Okay,
Thank you so much.
so now I would like to invite Mr. Deepak Bhai, Dr. Deepak Chaudhary. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yeah. So I would like to introduce first Dr. Deepak Chaudhary is working in Palavashna Primary School very near to my place. So I get opportunity to meet face to face Deepak Bhai many times, also Chandresh Bhai in State Resource Group, and also Mahindra Bhai as I am the liaison officer of Vijapur. But I got opportunity to Swati madam and Nirmala ji for to do online discussion. So let's see. Deepak Bhai has done uh, the work in the field of reading. So let's see his research work. I have shared your
Thank you, ma'am.
screen. Can
Thank
you
you.
see,
Yes,
Deepak Bhai?
yes, I can. Yes, I can see, ma'am.
Yes.
Actually, thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Deepti, ma'am, and thank you, IFL, for giving me such opportunity, first of all. And actually, thank you very much to this team. Uh, during I started my topic. Actually, my topic title is how to improve reading speed and accuracy. Uh, During COVID, schools were closed. Students have met teachers on online mode, so offline teaching was also off. Then, when schools have started, I have observed during my sixth English class, I have observed that students had many problems in the reading. My observation points are there. Students were making lot of mistakes in their pronunciation. There was lot of pauses during the reading. The reading speed was very slow as per their level. There was no proper pauses and stress in the reading. They have faced many difficulties, and there I given many exploratory question over there. How do I improve the reading? How do I practice the reading? And which techniques do I use to improve the reading? Then I asked the students some questions, and summary of the student question are actually most of the students like to read English, but lack of the reading practice, the reading become worse day by day, and then. Uh, I decided to improve the reading speed and accuracy, and then I used some techniques in my classroom, such as read aloud to students to provide a model of fluent reading, and also I allowed them to come with smartphone and earphone in the classroom. I sent them some recorded sentences, and they listen them, and they also practice at home at this. I also practice sight words using as a playful activities for that. When children know many words by sight, they are less likely to be awakened choppy readers. I also let students perform a reader's theater and uh, perform a plays in the classroom also. I use paired reading, I use choral reading, and these such things in my classroom. These very interesting activities, and all the activity I use after day by day activities, and after that I also use echo reading in my classroom. This is very simple technique, but it is very effective. I feel so. Also I use choral reading, repeated reading. Actually, echo reading and choral reading are both forms of a repeated reading. Repeated reading is also something that students can do individually. I have chosen a short passage of 100 to 200 words. Student could read the same passage multiple times. Have them time their reading and graph their results to see a visual record of improvement. A variation is a set of things for that. I also use scooping phrases over that, and this may be very effective in my classroom. And also students do a lot of reading as a travel. They can read independently. And after this, I face a very positive result. I got results very fast. So my findings of these studies, we can improve reading through practice, we can improve reading through various techniques, we can habituate the students of reading, we can improve the reading speed and pronunciation through various activities. So I got these result, and I I implement these result in my neighbor school, my CRC schools, and my taluka school. I also motivate my teachers for that. Thank you very much. That's all, and thank you for giving me great opportunity, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Deepak bhai. So all the five mentees had did splendid work in their area.
Okay. So thank you very much. Could you please stop sharing screen sharing?
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Congratulations on your presentations. Really great and inspiring. You really are committed teachers. Now I'm going to invite you to talk in the breakout rooms. Remember that during this period that you are interacting, you can move through the different rooms. You may come to this main room, but please do not leave the meeting. Okay, when you choose, I know that you probably are familiar, but just in case, you leave breakout room and not leave meeting. Try to interact the more you can. And then after about 15-20 minutes, we are going to come back to the main room and share our reflections. Okay? It's okay? So, okay, I'm going to invite you, please, you accept my invitation and visit the different presenters. And I hope you enjoy talking. All right. There we go. Hello, welcome back.
Oh,
Okay. Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So would you start talking about your contributions, reflection? Would you like to share them?
Okay.
I visited some of you and I found you very enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So I would like to share my experience in our breakout rooms. Rosemary, ma'am, from Philippines. We discussed about my poster, and she asked me questions. Did you not felt uh, very during COVID-19 fear by moving on the bike? Yeah, she asked me a good question. So
Exactly.
yeah, so in during the lockdown period, we taught our learners English language learning by watching my videos on the TV and using QR codes, guiding them in a WhatsApp group. But after completing lockdown, so completing lockdown, but the schools were not open by our government. So at that time, we have to go to school, but learn students should not come to school. So schools were not open for learners. At that time, I thought, how can I keep my students learning? Okay. So at that time, I moved on the bike. I made a big poster showing COVID-19's guideline on my handle. So one can find on my handle when I move to the streets, everybody is looking at my bike. So they have never seen the bike like this, a big poster on the handle, and the poster includes the COVID-19 that we should wash our hands, we should use mask. So all these things also as socially awareness work and educational work, both together I did on my bike. And following COVID-19 guidelines truly, strictly. When I go to my street, 3 or 4 students came there at one place and making physical distance, social distance. We learned, we did action songs, rhymes like clap your hands, because we teach as a foreign language, English language. So I attract them by singing a song because music there is a big effect of music
It is.
on our learners. And I gave to that madam an example also. When we felt there is a pain in our stomach, so doctor suggest us, so we should not eat hard food, we should drink liquid. So same this when the learners are not getting our topic, it becomes hard. At the time music makes them liquid. With
Yeah.
the help of music, I liquidization of knowledge. Using the music, I make a liquid of knowledge and then I give it to the students. So at that time, my learners can definitely learn.
Great. Great. Any
So
other
thank you.
comment on the reflections you had in the
Yeah,
breaking room?
she is very impressed. She is very impressed, and she told me I will share to my country in Philippines. She will also share my innovation and my poster, my videos on FB, on Facebook, and on YouTube links. So I'm
Yeah,
really very thankful.
congratulations.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much. I am really very thankful, madam,
you
and
deserve
really
it.
very thankful to ITFL platform and Lydia madam and Dipti Trivedi madam. Really very thankful because around the world, how can I reach? Yes, because of this platform, I have reached today to the Philippines from India.
Yeah,
It is no any
yeah,
big day for me than this day.
yeah. Good. How nice to listen to that message in these
I'm
days.
really, yeah, thank
You're,
you so
you're,
much and really thankful to all of
thank
you.
you. Thank you. Very powerful
Thank
message
you, ma'am.
for all of us.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Anyone else who want to share something?
Nirmala ma'am, Swati ma'am,
Thank you,
reflection
Dr.
of your
Yes. For second language learners, I found that they are very fear in writing. Even though they are proficient in writing, even though they are proficient in English language, but writing an essay is always a kind of fear for them, my learners.
Yeah.
So due to that, by using this BWE method repeatedly, the steps in writing, based on picture by picture, so my students were able to overcome this fear and they had confidence in writing. So meaning to say, what I'm trying to tell is that you do not have to rush for the students to write an essay or few paragraphs, let it be 80 to 100 words or within 120 to 150 words, but it looks easy and simple for us. But for students, it is so difficult for them to comprehend, so they need time. So if we allow them time to comprehend one picture at a time in writing a paragraph, from sentences to paragraph, and then into a piece of essay, I think this will definitely boost their confidence. It will motivate them, to give them the self-confidence to be independent writers by themselves. So this is a kind of, I would say, a positive achievement in my own setting for my ESL learners. Yes, and even Indu ma'am, she says that her students also improved in something similar method, and she has a piece of work that I think all of us can
Definitely.
reflect as well. Yes.
Definitely. Yeah. Congratulations. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's all
That is
from me.
great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Swati ma'am.
Yes. Over to Swati ma'am.
My entire focus, ma'am, was on making my classroom a happy classroom. That was my first focus. Happy children learn faster, learned better. So my focus was on designing activities, whatever be their weak areas, be it reading, be it speaking, be it writing. I every day had to come up with some of the other project idea or activity idea that would make the child happy. Because that's what I found when they were happy doing something. Of course, I had to think every day. I had to ensure every day that my language, the activity I was designing was related to the lesson I was trying to give them. Because at the end of the day, I also had to take care of the learning outcome. And learning outcome, I was absolutely amazed to see was happening 100% when I was making the children do things the way they liked by using a particular talent that they may be having. And as I found out from the data that I collected myself, that every day they came and asked me the first question, which class are we collaborating or which country are we collaborating with today, ma'am? So if they were always, interested to share their findings, share their thoughts with the others. So this give and take, this exchange made them happy. Happiness made them involved. Involvement made them actually very responsible and sincere in their work. So my job was done. End of the day, what I wanted to achieve, what I wanted to have them learn, they learn. So that's where my focus was, a happy classroom.
Actually, Mahendra bhai, do you want to say your reflection?
So what I want to about the technology, that if any of the teacher, if the technology is the present type of boon. If you use technology in the right place and the right time, it will be so useful to everyone. But what the present situation, most of the teacher in our area, they think that this is the not useful, and only the offline class is the real class, and so that they don't try to learn about technology and as it's related or application any other things. But I strongly believe that the technology in the present time and in future time, if you do not know about technology and its related application or any other things, you just be unaware of any other things.
Thank you. I'm really thankful to all my mentees because they have cooperated me. I'm
Okay.
working with mixed group from countries also, Malaysia to India, the different time zone of Malaysia. So we had done only one group meeting. My mentoring is based on storytelling. So always I did one-to-one meeting with all my mentees, and I inspired them to tell their stories, how they are working in their classroom, what kind of situations they are facing. And this way I have done my mentoring. Um Except they, we can say they, look, when we are using the mentoring, like providing them the demonstration of how to do the data collection and other things. In spite of them, I made them to understand by providing the various stories. So I think I got mentees are really, really very, very hardworking. All the teachers in their field, a very good group work, and I think I can say like a small candle, lighten the all the whole room or a big room. The same way, all the teachers of the world are doing their job. They are trying to enlighten the students, to give them empower them,
Yeah,
to provide the best practices, whatever they have in any kind of situation.
great. Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of you for your hard work, for your commitment, for your presentations, for all the work you've done. Please just really, I'm really very pleased to have shared this time with you and to have learned from you. Please don't forget that you can get your certificate from the link. I pasted on the chat, and also I pasted all the information for you to join the plenary. Yes, the final session. All right.
Okay,
It is in the chat.
It
is in the chat. Yeah. It is in the program anyway. Yeah, you got the link to the certificate. So I hope you can go on learning and practicing more about exploratory action research and sharing with other teachers. I'm sure you will do. So thank you very much for all this time and all the very best in your life. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Good.
Thank you
Bye.
very